Getting to the NFL is like trying to find the last slice of pizza at a party. Incredibly hard, fiercely competitive, and you'll probably have to elbow a few folks out of the way. In a league where only about 1,500 roster spots are up for grabs each year, it's like trying to win a golden ticket to the chocolate factory, except instead of chocolate, it's tackles and touchdowns. But the NFL isn't just a tough cookie to crack. It's a wild roller coaster ride with more twists and turns than a mystery novel. Injuries, off-field shenanigans, and sometimes just a good old-fashioned bout of bad luck can send players on a crazy ride in and out of the league faster than you can say touchdown. Now, every few years, the media decides it's time to play psychic and latch onto some middle school football prodigy. They proclaim that this kid, who's still figuring out algebra, is going to be the next big thing in the NFL, and we'll all be wearing their jersey someday. Obviously, predicting the future of a 13-year-old athlete is like trying to predict the weather in your generic hometown, but what's the deal with these kids who find themselves in the spotlight with all that hype? Today on Football Lore, we're going on a magical mystery tour to explore the stories of some of the most hyped up child athletes ever. We'll dive into their roller coaster football careers where the peaks are as high as a field goal post and the lows are, well, they're just really low. These stories remind us that the road to NFL stardom is about as predictable as a coin toss, and that the world of sports is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get, but it's always an adventure. Picture this. It's the year 2010, and while most 7th graders are busy worrying about homework, weekend plans, and the mysteries of middle school crushes, there's one young football prodigy who's making headlines for a decision that would leave even the most seasoned sports analysts scratching their heads. His name? David Sills. At the tender age of 13, he was on the verge of committing to the USC football program, all as a quarterback who hadn't even played a single down of high school football. This revelation sent shockwaves through the sports world, akin to discovering that the school's cafeteria is serving gourmet cuisine. USC offering a full-ride scholarship to a middle school prospect was as rare as a unicorn sighting, and the media couldn't get enough of it. You see, it's not every day that a powerhouse program like USC lays its recruiting cards on the table for a player who's still rocking a backpack with wheels. The hype surrounding David Sills was the kind that sparks heated debates among armchair quarterbacks and analysts. Would he become an NFL draft pick? Could he make a smooth transition to the league? Keep in mind, he hadn't even experienced his growth spurt yet, which made these discussions seem like debates over whether a caterpillar could one day become a butterfly. But wait. The hype train didn't just stop at middle school. As a freshman quarterback for a private school in Delaware, Sills found himself crowned as one of the greatest prospects ever by none other than Sports Illustrated. The excitement surrounding his potential seemed unstoppable, as if he was destined to rewrite the football history books. It appeared that there wouldn't be a single obstacle that could derail David Sills' quarterback career, except, well, there was. High school football proved to be a different ballgame. Sills' first 2 years at the private school in Delaware saw him having moderate success, but it was nowhere near the level of greatest prospect ever status. The USC football program began to explore other quarterback options, and that didn't sit well with the Sills family. They, too, began to explore alternative college football programs. As if it wasn't enough of a plot twist, David was forced to sit out his entire junior year due to a school accreditation issue. It was a moment of reckoning for him, and he decided to shift his focus to academic. The goal? To enroll at college a bit earlier than planned and participate in spring practices, redefining his path in the world of football. The plot thickened in David Sills' football career. The college he was set to join for those spring practices wasn't going to be USC. Life had a curveball waiting for him. USC had signed Sam Darnold and Ricky Town at the quarterback position, leaving David with a decision to make. He opted to change his commitment to West Virginia University. While West Virginia may not have been a football powerhouse on the scale of USC, it certainly wasn't a walk in the park. David didn't stroll into a starting role there. He had to battle it out for that coveted top spot on the roster. Ultimately, he found himself competing with Skyler Howard, and the starting quarterback position eluded him. But you know what's remarkable about David Sills? He didn't let setbacks shatter his confidence. Instead, he displayed an impressive ability to adapt and switch gears. He made the switch from throwing passes to catching them, transitioning to the wide receiver position. And guess what? He had a fantastic season hauling in receptions instead of launching spirals. However, David's heart remained set on being a quarterback. So, when the coaches at WVU made it clear that he wasn't in contention for the starting role, he decided to explore other options. This led him to the transfer portal, and his next stop was a community college near USC called El Camino College. Here, he won the starting quarterback role, but it wasn't enough to secure a starting position at a major program. At this juncture, reality started to set in for David. The dreams of being a Division I or NFL quarterback began to seem unrealistic, so he made a pivotal decision to fully embrace his talent as a wide receiver. This choice took him back to West Virginia University, where he went on to have a stellar career, earning All-American team honors. David Sills' natural football ability shone brightly as a wide receiver, but despite his talent, he wasn't selected in the NFL draft. However, his story continued. He didn't get signed by the Buffalo Bills, though he was later waived during the preseason. From there, he embarked on a journey with the New York Giants, floating on and off their practice squad and active roster for a few years. As of the latest update, David has found a home on the practice squad of the Denver Broncos. His football journey has been anything but predictable, filled with ups and downs, position switches, and challenges. Being a practice squad receiver in the NFL is a far cry from the grandiose hype that once surrounded David Sills. But let's not forget, at the end of the day, he was just a kid. A kid who, as a 7th grader, was thrust into the spotlight with expectations that were almost as towering as a football goalpost. Now, landing a spot in the NFL, even if it's on a practice squad, is like hitting the lottery of football dreams. It's a testament to his skill and determination that he made it to that elite level. And if we really think about it, perhaps he was better off without all that early hype. Sure, the world was buzzing about him as the next big thing in football when he committed to USC at 13. The media frenzy, the discussions of NFL potential, it was a whirlwind. But with all that attention came immense pressure and scrutiny. The expectations were sky high, and the weight of those expectations can sometimes be crushing. Fast forward to his journey through college, the position switches and the ups and downs. It was a path filled with challenges, but it also allowed him to grow and find his true football identity. When he finally landed on an NFL practice squad, he might not have been the sensational quarterback prodigy everyone once envisioned, but he was a part of an elite group. Being in the NFL, even on a practice squad, is an accomplishment that only a select few achieve. It's a testament to his talent and dedication, and who's to say that he wouldn't have been bogged down by the weight of those early expectations if he had followed the path that was initially laid out for him. Sometimes, life takes us on unexpected detours, and it's in those twists and turns that we discover our true potential. David Sills' journey is a testament to the resilience of an athlete who navigated the highs and lows of the football world. So, while he may not have become the quarterback sensation he was once touted to be, he still found his place in the elite world of the NFL, and that's a remarkable achievement in its own right. So, there's this kid named Tate Martell, and he's not your average 7-year-old. Nope, he's having regular conversations with the head coach of Washington. That's right, at an age when most kids are busy trading Pokemon cards and deciding whether to eat the green or red gummy bear first, Tate was already a football prodigy in the making. The hype train had left the station, and he wasn't even 10 years old yet. Can you imagine the snacks at his Pop Warner games? Fruit juice boxes and tiny energy bars, anyone? Fast forward to middle school, and Tate's still making headlines. He's like the Mozart of football, except instead of composing symphonies, he's dropping touchdown passes. So what does he do next? Commits to the University of Washington at 14. Yep, you read that correctly. He's not even old enough to get a driver's license, but he's already choosing a college football program. Most of us were still deciding what flavor of ice cream to get at that age, but high school wasn't all sunshine and touchdowns. In his first year as a high school quarterback, Tate's record was 4-7. Let's just say he had a few more losses than the lunch lady had meatloaf leftovers. But hey, the kid's got grit, so he transfers to Bishop Gorman, where he suddenly starts winning national championships like they're going out of style. Winning 3 straight national championships? That's more championships than most people have pairs of socks. But wait, it gets better. Tate becomes the star of a Netflix show called QB1. He's basically the Netflix and chill champion of high school football. Move over, Stranger Things, there's a new show in town, and it's called Tate Martell QB Extraordinaire. Then comes the big move to Ohio State, where everyone thinks he's a shoo-in for NFL stardom. But guess what? Ohio State's quarterback roster is so stacked that even getting a snap in practice felt like winning the lottery. Talk about a quarterback buffet, and Tate was like a hungry kid at an all-you-can-eat ice cream parlor. He wanted to play them all. Not to be outdone, Tate tries to transfer to Miami, but starting there proved as elusive as finding a needle in a haystack wearing sunglasses. And in a daring move, he tries to switch to wide receiver, but it's like trying to teach a cat to do the Macarena. Fun to watch, but not exactly a touchdown dance. He eventually lands at UNLV, but injuries have other plans. So what does Tate do? He hangs up his cleats and decides to tackle business ventures and a career in media instead. It's like he went from football superstar to media mogul in training faster than you can say touchdown. In the end, Tate Martell's journey is a reminder that the world of football is as unpredictable as a squirrel's path through a park. Sometimes, the unexpected twists and turns are what makes the game so darn entertaining. Who knows where Tate's adventures will take him next? Stay tuned, because the game's not over till the funny mascot sings. Ladies and gentlemen, gather round for the epic tale of Noel Devine, the football sensation who was once mentored by none other than Deion Sanders himself. Hold on to your helmets, because this story has more twists and turns than a roller coaster designed by a mad scientist. Picture this: Noel Devine, still in high school, getting pointers from primetime himself. Deion Sanders, the legendary NFL superstar, was like the Yoda of football, guiding young Devine towards gridiron greatness. It was a mentorship that had football fans wondering if Noel had an unfair advantage. Perhaps Deion taught him the secret Jedi mind tricks of the gridiron. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Before the NFL dreams and the mentorship, Noel was a high school sensation. As a freshman, he rushed for 627 yards, averaging a jaw-dropping 8.6 yards per carry. It was like watching a gazelle outrun a pack of snails. And sophomore year, just 1,289 yards and 23 touchdowns. No big deal, right? But wait, there's more. In one game, he rushed for 365 yards and 6 touchdowns. Let's be honest, that's more yards than most of us walk in a month. Junior year, Noel went full-on beast mode, rushing for 1,986 yards and 24 touchdowns. That's like scoring a touchdown every time he sneezed. Okay, maybe not that often, but you get the idea. And his senior year, a whopping 2,148 yards and 31 touchdowns. At this point, he was practically scoring touchdowns in his sleep. Now, about that mentorship with Deion Sanders, Noel even moved to Prosper, Texas to live with the NFL legend. But here's where things get a tad comical. After a few weeks, Noel took Deion's wife's vehicle to the Dallas/Fort Worth International Airport, where a plane ticket back to Florida awaited him. It was like the world's fastest pit stop in the middle of a mentorship adventure. But wait, there's more. Sanders remained in contact with Noel, especially as the 2007 signing day approached. He even recommended that Noel attend a prep school to better prepare for college. It's like Deion was the football whisperer, guiding Noel's decision from the shadows. And then, the big moment arrived. Noel Devine signed with West Virginia University. The Mountaineers hit the jackpot, and fans were more excited than kids in a candy store. National championships, Heisman trophies, and Hollywood blockbusters were on the horizon. Okay, maybe not Hollywood blockbusters, but it felt like it. In college, Noel continued to dazzle with his speed and agility. He rushed for over 600 yards as a freshman, over 1,200 yards as a sophomore, and over 1,400 yards with 13 touchdowns as a junior. His senior year brought over 900 rushing yards and 6 touchdowns, not to mention contributions as a receiver. It was like he had a magic football in his hands. But as they say, life in the NFL is a different ballgame. Noel went undrafted in the 2011 NFL Draft and signed with the Philadelphia Eagles. NFL opportunities were about as elusive as a unicorn wearing camouflage, and he bounced around practice squads and rosters like a game of musical chairs. In a plot twist worthy of a Hollywood screenplay, Noel Devine decided to retire from professional football. But here's where the story takes an inspiring turn. He now owns a business where he trains athletes on how to get faster. It's like he's passing on the football wisdom he gained from his mentor, Deion Sanders, in the form of speed secrets. The stories of David Sills, Tate Martell, and Noel Devine serve as cautionary tales in the world of young, hyped-up athletes. While their early successes and potential were undeniable, the pressure and expectations placed on them from an early age proved to be a double-edged sword. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to press the like button and comment down below if you like NFL or college football videos. We regularly are posting videos similar to this, so be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to never miss another video. Have an amazing day.